Well, good evening, everybody. How are you? It's good to see you. It's good to be seen by you. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the show. How are you, everyone? I hope you're doing well. I am doing great. I, of course, am the one and only Bill Sylvie, aka the Dungeon Delver, coming to you live, loud and clear on a Tuesday evening. Bob Jester, Wave and Mutilation, Orbital Air, Ginger Cat, here because your brother said we are cool. We try. We try. I'm cool. I'm still cool. Jack Photon finally here at the beginning and not at the end. Jack, good to see you. Let's see who else is out there. I am following you guys along on the YouTube chat, not on the StreamYard chat. The StreamYard chat has been lagging something fierce lately, and it's horrible. Gonzalo Lira, good to see you. How are you? We're going to talk about some fun stuff tonight, but before we get to that, guys, if you haven't already, please click the subscribe button and click the bell icon for notifications. YouTube is kind of diddling me, and not in an enjoyable way in the least on visibility now. I have started to lag, and I would really appreciate it if y'all would all like and subscribe. That would be just so awesome. Let me tell you about some cool stuff that I have going on right now, and I'm looking for, where is it? Here we go. But before I get into that, let me just say that, let's see. But let me just say that we are brought to you guys by this channel. That's right. We are brought to you by the Delver's Dungeon. And down below in the comments, guess what? You can find merch. Some glorious merch made by or designed by the one and only Tracy Lesh. So I'm looking at you guys to pick up some merch because it's really awesome. And now I am trying to find where this stream went. Brad, good to see you, Brad. I hope you're well. Brought to you by the letters D and D. That's right. You'd better believe it. I am looking for, I'm going to close some stuff. I don't need this stuff open all the time. It's just kind of a convenience to have it that way. Come on. Oh, let me close all those tabs. Excellent. RPG Grandma, good to see you. I gotta say, so this is pretty cool. Thanks to you guys and your support, I actually picked up a new laptop, which I think I showed off already. I've got a little Dell 7390. It's like an 8th gen or 9th gen i5, came with 8 gigs of RAM, 512 gigs of onboard storage. It's used, but I got it off of Amazon, and I think it was all of $200, and they let me do payments on it. So I was pretty happy about that. Talked one of your players into playing Star Frontiers. That's awesome, Bob. That's amazing. Very cool. So let's see. Is that me? Oh, there I am. Got to jump ahead live. Okay. All right. Here we go. Now, I have been talking all week about some of the cool new features that Chrome is going to have. Well, it's here. It's time now. And I thought I would share those with you guys. But I wanted to let you know, everybody who's here, at the end of the show, if you stick around to the end of the show, we're going to have a drawing for a copy of Crom. That's right. A copy of Crom was donated last night. So we're going to spin the wheel and we are going to draw for Crom, and I'm excited about that. So I hope you guys will want to will want to stick around when we do a drawing for it. Now, maybe you're wondering, what is Crom? Crom is the Character Record Organization Manager. It is a tool for creating and just, let's see, let's do extract all, and we're going to do that. It is a tool for creating first edition advanced Dungeons and Dragons characters. But guys, you don't just create the characters. You don't just create the characters. You can grow the characters, and we're going to get into all of the details on how you do that tonight. I'm going to be showing off a demo of the latest version, which I have just rolled in. And why is this important, guys? Why do you think this is important? Or why do I think this is important? Well, I'll tell you, because one of the most onerous things can be to try and fiddle with creating a character on the fly for a game as feature rich as AD&D can be. Let's see that. Let me just take care of something here real quick. That can bring your game to a crashing halt, particularly if suddenly you want to introduce the party to a really cool NPC and it's a random encounter, or somebody joins your table, say at a convention, or somebody's character bites the dust right then, right there. Crom has got you covered. Now, there are plenty of character generators out there you can find. You can use the old DOS box. You can use the old, or you can use DOS box to run the old Gold Box Dungeon Master's Assistant. Or you can, you can use the one on Dragon's Foot. Let's make sure that's right. Copy link. You can use the one on Dragon's Foot, what have you. But the one thing they don't do, the one thing that those programs don't do, Red Dog, good to see you, is they do not grow your character with you. They do not give you the tools to level your character, age your character, dual class your character, buy equipment, sell gems and jewelry, check that character for psionics, change that character's alignment, add spells to that character's spell repertoire, manage their inventory. None of them have that. None of them have that ability. Crom does this. Crom does this, guys. My program does it, and I want to share it with you all. And tonight, we're going to do that. As soon as it gets off its keister and gets going here. And let me just make this a little bit more viewable. Let's do Parappa the Rapperties. And we're going to do this. We're going to create a character right now. And I'm going to show you guys. Now, a lot of y'all may already be completely up to speed on Crom. But I'm going to show off the new features that Crom offers. And I hope you guys will like it. So let's check this out. And if this doesn't sell you on Crom, if you're not like, yeah, I'm buying this tonight, I don't know. I don't know. But let's add to screen. You guys talking so much about Star Frontiers. Maybe I'll do a Star Frontiers program next. Or maybe, Jack, maybe I'll do a Star Trek program next. Wouldn't you like that, huh? All right, so here we go. The screen as much as you remember it. CROM, Character Record Organization Manager. I really need to change that to Organizational Manager. But here we go. You can create a character, you can load a saved character, or you can quit. Seems pretty simple. But let's create a character. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to walk you guys through character creation, and then I'm going to do a character creation blitz. David Montgomery, if you already have CROM, the link to the update will be mailed to you tonight after the show. It will be sent to you tonight after the show. Check your email for it. Do check your email. And I am using the email that you paid me with on PayPal. You are quite welcome. All right, so let's go ahead and let's create a character. And again, I'm going to walk through all the steps of this. So let's do create. And you guys are going to see all the cool new stuff. And usually I ask, what would you guys like to see for a character? Tonight, I'm going to do a specific character for reasons. So we're going to do method 3. Method 3 is always the best method. And here are our stats. Strength, 16, intelligence, 15, wisdom, 17, dexterity, 13, constitution, 12, charisma, 14. I love this. Could I do a version for Traveler? You'd have to, that would be, I'd have to, there'd have to be significant financial incentive to do it. All right, so here we go. We're going to make a half elf. I've selected half elf. Am I sure? Yes. David, I don't know how complicated it is. I just don't know my way around Traveler that good. All right. So we scroll through here, and I'm going to show you guys if you're not familiar with it. So we generated our stats. We used method 3. We got our sets of stats. We chose our race. We chose half elf. It shows us racial advantages. It double checks if we wanted to select half elf. We chose our character's gender. And then it shows the final stats with modifiers. Now we choose our class. And per first edition Advanced Dungeons and Dragons, per first edition AD&D, you can be a cleric, a fighter, a magic user, a thief, an assassin, or a whole bunch of multi-classes. We're going to do fighter, magic user, cleric, or cleric, fighter, magic user. So we're going to do 7. And we're just going to keep this simple. We're going to start at first level for fighter, or for cleric, first level for fighter, and first level for magic user. And you'll note it showed right here, it shows the level caps, the highest you can go. So let's scroll down. We have 7 weapons proficiencies. Now, if you're not familiar with first edition AD&D, a weapon proficiency indicates a weapon that you can use and suffer no penalties because you trained at it. And as you see, a multi-class character, they get all the weapons permitted to fighters, all the weapons permitted to clerics, and all the weapons permitted to magic users, or 4, 2, and 1 for a total of 7. So let's go ahead. Hager says he's online traveler game on Sundays. We'll see how my schedule is, Hager. We'll see how my schedule is. All right, so let's do some melee weapons. And here, I'm not going to pick all the weapons, but we're going to take club. We're going to do a horseman's mace. Now, you guys might be wondering, what's the difference between a horseman's and a footman's? A horseman's mace or a horseman's flail can be wielded with one hand. Footman's maces and footman's flails are two-handed weapons. So we're going to take a footman's mace. And we're going to do a bastard sword. Remember, we're a fighter, so we can do edged weapons. So let's go back. Let's do a ranged weapon. Let's do, say, short bow. And let's do sling. Now, by my math, that's 5. And that is correct. We have 2 proficiencies left to select. We're not going to take those right now. Just got to put up with a few Auburn and Troy. Oh, that's not, I can't. I'm just kidding you, man. I'll see how my schedule is going to work out. All right. So we're done for right now. I know what you're thinking, Bill. You've got 2 proficiencies left. All right. Don't worry about it. So let's see. D for done. Are you sure? Absolutely. Now we go shopping. We have 320 gold pieces. This is going to be fun. This is going to be fun. So let's do, I always say, get your weapons first. Make sure you've got money for firepower. Everything else is secondary. All right. So melee weapons, and we said we have a club. And guys, the screen wonkiness is just because of my choice of fonts. So let's do a club. I believe we have a horseman's mace. And a bastard sword. All right, let's go back. And let's do ranged. Let's deranged. A sling. And sling bullets. A short bow. Let's do a dozen normal arrows and a dozen silver arrows. Maybe that's a feature I can add, a quantity buy feature. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So there we go. So let's back out. Let's back out. Let's get some armor now. And here we're actually going to do banded mail. I think, yeah, let's do banded mail. And let's do a large shield. Let's be done there. Let's get some livestock. We're going to get a light horse. Why not buy weapons first, then let the app pre-select proficiencies? I leave it up to the user. I leave it up to the user. All right. So we got a light horse. Let's get some tack and harness. And we're going to go bit and bridle, harness, saddle, large saddle bags, and a saddle blanket. A lone helmet is not. A lone helmet will be an option, Jack. And I'm going to explain why it is that way. Let's get some religious items, though, real quick. Let's swing by and let's pick up an iron holy symbol. And let's see, miscellaneous equipment and items. Helm great and helm small. Okay, so you see them over here. Here's the thing. I could not, for the life of me, figure out how to have helmets in the armor department and give them a null value that did not impact the factoring of armor class. And I started going down the rabbit hole of, well, if you don't have a helmet, you're technically only armor class 6, and so on and etc. And it just became this convoluted mess of cables and ropes and pulleys between armor class and this doesn't. And finally I just said, you know what, I'm just going to treat it like a piece of gear. I'm just going to put it, and that was the simplest way to do it. Shields was a pain in the ass enough. So trust me, I have been down that road, my friend. So let's go ahead and let's get a you know what, let's get a great helm. Now we gotta be able to carry our stuff, right? So let's do a backpack. And we need a couple of quivers. Let's see. You know what? We'll just get one because that'll hold a score of arrows. We can put all of our arrows in that. Let's get some spikes. Let's get a couple of torches. Let's get a tinderbox. Get a couple of flasks of oil. No, see, Jack, if I said its value was 0, it would go, oh, okay, if you got a helmet, your armor class 0. You see the problem. But it's fine because it's right here. All right. So we're done. And you know what? Let's get one more religious item. Actually, let's get some provisions. Say week's worth of horse meal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Iron rations for week. Standard rations for week. And now we're done. Now we're done. Are you sure? Absolutely. And there's all of our gear. Look at all of our gear. Check for psionics. No, obviously not. And we're going to be lawful good. And enter a name for our character. Oh, I don't know. How about Merriweather? It's calculated hit points. We press enter to continue. We're going to save it as HTML. Save it as Merriweather. Would you like to create another character? Now we say yes. We say yes. And it brings us back to the main menu. This is not a bug because we're going to load. And there's Merriweather listed right there. Merriweather. It is not case sensitive, by the way. And here's our character. Now, here's all of our stats and all of the appropriate bonuses for our stats. Magic user spell slots, cleric spell slots. Notice that movement. That is fierce. That is a lot of heavy gear. 165 pounds, in fact. Now, it used to be previously, you just kind of had to figure it out on your own. You'd print out your Crom character sheet, or maybe you'd save the text version and hope you didn't constantly keep saving over it. And you wouldn't carry all that stuff. But now, check this out. We hit E for equipment. And there's all of our equipment, guys. We can change all of this. Well, clearly, we don't want to carry around 35 pounds of horse's meal. So we're going to hit S for store. See that right there? We hit S to store. Bolter Thrower, good to see you. David Montgomery, good to see you. So what are we going to store? We're going to store those iron, the grain. So we're going to do 25. Now we're not carrying nearly as much. And we can do that with anything here, guys. Let's manage our coins. We're carrying 4 platinum pieces, 2 gold pieces, 3 electrum, a copper, and silver. Well, if we're going to go into the dungeon, let's not carry our platinum and our gold with us. Store coins. Platinum. How many? 4. Store coins. And 4. And let's store coins. 3 and 1. Back to equipment menu. Now, I'm not going to drop anything, but I want you guys to look right here. You can permanently remove any gear you have. Let's say we leveled up enough and we were able to buy plate mail. Well, here's our banded mail. We could store the banded mail, or we could come down here and we could permanently drop the banded mail. We could permanently drop the banded mail. But we're not going to do that. We're going to exit. Now we are carrying considerably less and we are considerably faster. You should get a hireling to carry. I've got the money. I could. I could get a hireling. I could get a porter bearer, a link boy to carry the flasks of oil, the tinder, and flint, and the torches, right? So there we go. But let's say before he left home, Dad gave him a scroll. Son, I want you to be able to write this scroll just to practice. So we could go T for Tome of Spells. And now we can add a spell. Spell level 1/1. Whoops. Add a spell. And this, by the way, shows you so you don't accidentally step on them. We know enlarge, find familiar, identify, mending, and read magic. Well, Dad gave us sleep. That's added now. Now, if we check add again, and there it is on our retinue. And let's say Dad also gave us write. Now, you'll note it also says max spells per level. So it will let you add spells until you hit your cap. Bolter Thrower, this is Crom, the Character Record Organization Manager. It is the ultimate first edition Advanced Dungeons and Dragons character creation and leveling and managing tool. I was always a fan of Death Stalkers myself, but that's just me. And yes, you can remove a spell. You can remove spells. It's right there. You can do R, spell level 1/1, and then it shows your known spells. I don't want mending. Wait, I didn't mean to get rid of mending. And you can see now, mending is no longer shown as a known spell. Let's just add that back. That is it, guys. Those are the new big ads, and I love it. All right, so let's go back to the character worksheet. Let's save. We're going to save it as HTML. Save Merriweather. Now I will show you guys. This is more of a fix than it is a more of a fix than than a brand new feature, but I will show it to you guys. Sorry. All right, so here we go. What I wanted to show you was down here, a lot of people were saying, hey, Bill, it's still showing starting money. It still shows up. It doesn't weigh anything or anything like that, but it does show starting money. Can you do something about that? So I went ahead and just adjusted it so starting money no longer shows up. But here we go. There is a float error in Silver Arrows, and I apologize for it. I need to track down where that float error is. But the total weight of your arrows is 2.4 pounds. It's not. It's not 2.4000. I don't know what decimal place that is out there. This is tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s, 100,000s, millions, 100 millions, billions, 100 billions, trillions, 100 trillions, zillions, 100 zillions. But yeah, There you go. And it does show your spells down here. No secondary skill of measurable note. You note that when I dropped the stuff, it did note my movement rate, my improved movement rate, rather. My current armor class, banded mail and shield. And there you go, guys. That's it. Now, I know that seemed a little convoluted. I know that probably seemed like, oh, Bill, that took forever. But I'm fixing to show you something. I don't know how you guys can make this list of stuff like Clash of the Titans, Deathstalker, Heavy Metal, Fire and Ice, Warlords, Wizard, Dragon Slayer, What a Time to Be Alive, and not mention Rock and Rule. How can you not mention Rock and Rule? Honestly, I'll throw you people out of here. You gotta mention Rock and Rule. American Pop. That's another. I mean, if we're sticking strictly to fantasy, American Pop is more of a musical drama. But if we're sticking strictly to fantasy, Rock and Roll, that just has to go in there. And how about Star Chaser: The Legend of Orin? Am I the only person? Star Chaser: The Legend of Orin. Am I the only person? Anyone? Back me up here. No? All right. All right. I'll just be over here with my little weird movie that you guys haven't seen. Thank you, Deadly Sin. Thank you. RPG Grandma. That's my girl right there. When are we running away to Tijuana? Okay, so Jack Photon's asking an important question here. Where do magic items go on my list, and how does it account for plus weapons? Okay, so here's the thing. It does not have a magic weapons thing list on it. It does not have a magic weapons or any other magic items, potions, rings, scrolls, wands, staves, rods, talismans, librams, braziers, coffers, whatever. It doesn't list those things because that's not something that a character can acquire at character creation. And if you say, but I'm creating an 8th level character, they're going to have some magic items. That's something you're going to have to hand. David Montgomery, more of a jazz guy himself. That's fine, David. I mean, I may add an item to inventory function. Would you guys like that function? Would you guys like a function where you can just go in and add item to inventory so you can come into Crom and list a scroll, list a potion, list a cloak that you don't know, something like that? Would you? Is that a feature you guys would like? So if that's something you guys would like, then, you know, I'll do it. If there's enough push for it, the ability to just add things. Anyway, I want to show you guys this, and I'm going to blitz character creation. And I'm not going to talk about it because I want anyone watching this, I want you to see, because we got 28 of you folks out there in the audience. That is awesome. That is fantastic. An acquired, well, that's what I'm talking about, Remdog. I'm talking about basically you can come in and just add items to your inventory list. My only concern with that is somebody sliding a suit of plate mail in and then not bothering with the weight. And I may, if I'm going to do that, I may prompt it to ask the player for the weight. I may do that. I'll consider it if there's enough of a hue and cry. I feel like this is pretty complete as it is. And by the way, I want to answer something in case there's anyone watching right now who feels like they want to ask me this, and maybe you haven't heard. No, I do not allow custom spells in it. I don't allow, well, let me pause for a minute before I saying I don't allow. There is a ton of material just in Unearthed Arcana that would grow this program just in Unearthed Arcana without getting into Oriental Adventures, Wilderness Survival Guide, Dungeoneer Survival Guide, Dragonlance Adventures, Forgotten Realms stuff, classes, races, spells, skills. Some people have said, well, what about NWPs from WSG and DS? No. A calculation for 2-hit damage totals and weapons. A random magic item. See, the problem with that, David, is I would have to catalog all AD&D 1E magic items in the program. The cat for that would increase the size of the program by 1/3. Jack, it does not. It does not calculate for the horse's weight and whatnot. Because after all, it's character, not animal. That would be Akram or Karam if I put the A or the C or the C or the A at the beginning. But yeah, I do have to draw the line somewhere. And another thing too is that this was a learning experience for me from a programming standpoint. I did not design this for portability. There aren't little modules of the program where you can just go in and edit stuff and add, like, oh, I just copy this and I change these fields and I put it. This program is very intricately wired together. Think of it like if you've ever seen, if you go over to Usagi Electric and look at him going through wiring diagrams for the Bendix G15 and see how some of those wires on those harnesses are woven together. That's kind of how this is. That's kind of how this is. So I am going to blitz a character creation. I'm not going to talk, and we're gonna see how long it takes to create a character, because I want to show you guys just exactly how fast this can go. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to click share. I'm going to add to stage, and here we go. Almost forgot a quiver. Oh, I quit out too soon. All right, so that took me 3 minutes. 3 minutes to create that character. That's all it took me. And it's just that simple, guys. 3 minutes. Can a number generate it to auto-populate characters? Could it be? I mean, I'm sure it probably could. I wouldn't even know how to begin to do that. It just, auto create a character. But yeah, there you guys go. Whole character created in a single shot in 3 minutes, equipped, saved, the whole shebang. And if you want to see them here, share screen, share screen, share screen, share screen. And there he is. There's his equipment and everything. So that's it, guys. That is Crom right there. Camelot Gaming, been a while since you watched live. Well, welcome back. Had a gnome trying to parlay with a cult leader for a shiny rock you wanted. Hilarity ensued. Runeware Gaming says, seeing the equipment list is bringing back hard nostalgia for you. Oops. I mean, look at it. Isn't it glorious? Look at that equipment list. And remember, we can drop, we can save, we can exchange. Just whatever you want, guys. Just whatever you want. Simple as. Guys, Crom is $25. Crom is 25 US dollars. You get all bug fixes, all updates in the future, all for free. You never pay for a new version. I'm not Microsoft. I'm not Apple. I don't keep putting the screws to you. All I ask is that you don't pirate it. If you like it, you use it, you love it, you show it to your players, either generate their characters for them or tell them to buy a copy if they want, or send me $25 more and then share it with them. Be my little Crom salesman. But yeah, so I mean, auto generate a character. That's kind of interesting. Maybe I might do that. Maybe I might put a little bot in there. So 2 possible feature suggestions. Auto character creation. You hit A, what type of character? And unless it's alignment specific, assassin, monk, thief, paladin, ranger, druid. Yeah, if it's not one of those, it'll just drop a character of whatever line. I might look into the plausibility of that, but it ain't going to be in the next couple of weeks. I can tell you that much. But yes, $25. And I will tell you what, if you're waiting to see who might have won it, well, good for you, because we're going to have a drawing at the end of tonight's show. We're going to spin the wheel. I'm going to put names on the wheel. No, I'm not going to put stuff like that in there, Camelot. And the reason I'm not going to do that is, oh, good Lord. The reason I'm not going to do that is quite simply because oh, that's not what I wanted at all. The reason I'm not going to do that is because I have to draw a line. I have to draw a line in the sand somewhere. I have to be able to say, okay, well, we're gonna, we're gonna add stuff for Dark Sun. We're gonna add stuff for Planescape. We're gonna add stuff. I can't. If I would, have I ever? Oh, I don't mean to have that up here, guys. I'm sorry. Why is that? Oh, I know why that's doing that. That is the DD dice tray. Sorry about that. Is it that? There we go. Yeah, I have to stop adding features somewhere, but I'll think about it. Have I ever encountered potion miscibility to human? Yes, I have. I have had players accidentally gaseous form permanently. Whoops. But that was 40 years ago. So it hasn't happened since. Mainly because no one will try it. I mean, generally speaking, nothing terrible is going to happen. The odds that something terrible are going to happen are kind of low, but yeah, get yourself a network cable and see if you can plug it in, Grandma. I'm assuming Macintosh allows the connection of network cables to their little sealed boxes, or Apple rather. But anyway, yes, we're going to be giving away a copy this evening, a free copy, and that is very, very thanks to Great Old Ones. Humorous to the yeah, very much, Jack, very much. Dr. David Howard, good to see you. I want to do this. And I don't know, it was that easy. So who all do we have here? I'm going to scroll down through. So Jack Photon. You're the horrible. Oh, Hager, you're heading out. Well, you've been here an hour, Hager. If you win it, I'll let you know next time. Let's see. And let's see. By the way, if you guys if you already have a copy and you don't want to be on the list, please speak up. I'm just making the list right now. We're not gonna be spinning it yet. All right. David Montgomery. Deadly Sin. Deadly Sin. 7893. I already got Rem Dog. Bolter Thrower. Bolter Thrower. Did I already? David Montgomery, I know you already have it, so I'm not adding yours in. Doc, I can't remember. Doc, I don't remember if you have a copy or not. Dying Breed Tabletop. Again, I cannot remember if you guys have this. Orbital Air. Who typed War Eagle and therefore gets taken off. No, I'm kidding. Unto Excess. Brad. CV1ZF. Griff Rider 1. Your Ginger Cats. Okay. Paper Architect. All right, I think Gonzalo has a copy. I'm pretty sure Gonzalo has a copy. I think that's it. I think I got you guys all. Okay, so I have a pretty good Oh, Gary Bovee, you want a copy from the council. Okay, so I'm not going to put you on the list. All right, so here is my list. If you have a copy, and you hear your name on this list, just let me know. Runeword Gaming. Click over to the YouTube view. Runeword Gaming. I don't think there was a genre that he was not good in. And that includes science fiction. Remember, Homeboy was in 2 science fiction movies that I can think of just off the top of the dome. He was in THX 1138, and of course, he was in The Handmaid's Tale. All right, Rune Word, I'm leaving you on there. Advanced Fantasy Games. All right, you're staying on the list. Dr. David Howard. Leaving you on the list. Yes, that's right. He was the OG Frank Burns. Jack Photon. Jacko. Leaving you on the list. Yes or no? Camelot Gaming. Leaving you on the list. No as in no, you don't want it, or no, you don't have it. All right, taking you off the list. Never let it be said. Hager the Horrible is not here. I'm going to let him, I'm going to leave him on the list. Bob Jester, I think you have a copy, don't you? If you don't, let me know. RPG Grandma, do you want on the list? Do you want on the list to possibly win a copy of Crom for all your first edition AD&D needs? Bob, you don't have a copy, Bob? Okay, well, you're on the list then. David Montgomery, I have you on the list. Do you wish to be on the list? Deadly Sin 7893. Are you out there? Are you out there? Deadly Sin. Do you want to be on the list? Let me know. Bolter Thrower. Deadly Sin wants a shot at it. Bolter Thrower. You want a shot at a copy of Crom tonight? Let me know. Gotcha, brother. I understand, Bob. Bolter Thrower. Ginger Cat, you are on that list. I've got you on that list. Do you have a Windows PC, Ginger Cat? Or do you know how to use Wine on Linux if it comes to it, or on Mac OS? I will, if you don't win, Ginger Cat, drop me an email. Yeah, anyone who doesn't win, you can see my email going across the bottom down there, going across the bottom of the screen. And yes, that is where you PayPal me the payment if you don't win tonight. All right. Doc Flamingo. Doc, are you already a user of Crom? Let me know. Let's see. Did I get your emails about Eldritch Wizardry, Gary Quab's art? No, I have not, Bob. Or if I did, they have fallen into the bit bucket. So shoot them again, please. Somebody was asking me the other night, a very nice person sent me some links to some Led Zeppelin music. I gotta get back to them on that. If you're out there, I really appreciated that. Anyway, Dying Breed, Kyle, dude, are you a Crom user, or do you wish to use Crom and you haven't yet? Let me know, and I will or will not leave you on the list. Orbital Air, I know you want a shot at it. Unto Excess. Yay or nay? Let's keep scrolling. Brad CV1ZF. Brad CV1ZF. Alrighty, and how about Griff Rider 1? Griff Rider 1. All right, you are on that list, Brad. Ginger Cat, you're on the list. Graph Paper Architect, my friend. Are you on the list? Would you like it? Okay. The D&D Classic Miniatures. Which miniatures? All right. Well, you're on there. Okay. So I just went down the list of people, or just down the names of people who are on the list. If your name wasn't called and you'd like to be on, please say so in the chat. Let me know down in the chat, and we'll set you up. We'll put you on the list. But I'm making a list, and I'm checking it twice. But this is who I've got so far, and I'm not stopping. I'm not pausing to double check. I'm just going down the list again. So Runeward Gaming, Advanced Fantasy Games, Dr. David Howard, Hager the Horrible, Camelot Gaming, Bob Jester, RPG Grandma, Remdog, David Montgomery, Deadly Sin, Bolter Thrower, Doc Flamingo, Dying Breed Tabletop, Orbital Error 2103, Unto Excess, Brad CV1ZF, Griff Rider 1, Ginger Cat, and Graph Paper Architect. Graph Paper Architect. Who is the picture of in my Gmail avatar? That is, someone created that with Oblivion. They made a character in Oblivion that looked kind of like me. Oh, RPG Gen Exile. RPG Gen Exile. Did I already ask you? Did you want to be on the list? Did you want a shot at Crom? Or do you already have it? Yes, that's my little Nuka blaster. I'm a little disappointed that it's not actually a squirt gun. I'm not gonna lie. It's awesome. No, thank you. Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. But anyway, while we wait for the top of the hour, and I'll ask a few more times. Well, there's almost 40 of you guys watching tonight. That's a good thing. Oh, now it's dropped by 3 as soon as I said that. There's been some peculiarities going on with the YouTube algorithm, and I don't understand it, but I experienced a brief winter wonderland. There were nights when I had 300 people watching the live stream. That's no lie. There were nights when I would see it tick over 300 people. And my YouTube short videos were getting 3, 4, 5,000 views a day. As I would put the new ones up, the ones from previous days would just fall off the charts. And as it happens, I built this, I came up with this idea that, oh my gosh, I'm going to hit 10,000 subs by like the second week of March. I was really excited about that. But over the last 2.5 weeks, it's become clear that YouTube was just fucking with me. It just kind of fell in. And it's not you guys' fault. You guys are here, you know. But YouTube basically quit showing my stuff around people. It quit pushing it and quit promoting it. And there's no neutral action by YouTube. YouTube does not just ignore content. If YouTube is not pushing your stuff, YouTube is actively suppressing your stuff. You sent me a Discord DM. It's me. And I'm looking. Yeah, I mean, I thought so at the time, Bob. So, yeah, it was quite a kick to the solar plexus to go from just seeing stuff just like take off, and then it was just like, yeah, no, we're done. We're done promoting your channel. You're not PewDiePie. You're not, you know, you're not that absolute C word, that garden implement SS sniper wolf. So we're not bothering with you anymore. So but there is no, well, they're just ignoring you, Bill. Yeah, and again, I know you guys are subscribed to the channel, but YouTube is stopping. It's muting me. It's showing it to fewer and fewer and fewer and fewer people. So I'm going from 15, 20 subscriptions a day, where I'd like wince if I didn't hit like 15, to like 4. I sat at the number of subscriptions today that I had when I went to bed at 3 o'clock in the morning, until 5 in the evening. And all of a sudden YouTube's, oh, well, you've got 4 subscriptions. And it's really a kick in the dick. It really is. I want the channel to grow. And I thought I'd caught like the updraft. I thought I'd caught like this the I don't know. I don't know. It's just kind of demoralizing, and I know why it's demoralizing. YouTube wants a specific type of content. YouTube wants a very specific type of content, and that's not necessarily what I do. All right. I don't do like that shit down in Miami does, and like just find people to start fights and then jump, antagonize people until they want to fight him and then jump behind his bodyguard. So, I don't have 30 million subs and a multi-million-dollar mansion. But that's what YouTube wants. If I got on here and I started beef with another YouTuber, or I looked at 2 YouTubers who were feuding and just started talking about that, I'd get the views, but I don't want that. I do want to bring people together over tabletop RPGs, and I do want to to bring that information, that news, to you guys. I mean, when I opened up the taps and I started seeing that people were really reacting, I think people would still react positively to the stuff I'm doing, but YouTube's just not showing it to people. It's not my content because I haven't changed what I'm doing since I started doing it in November. But they play their games. They play their games. And so where that leaves me is kind of going, well, too bad for me, right? I don't know, guys. I don't know. Maybe I should just quit bitching about it. And I mean, those of you guys out there, RPG Grandma, when you do your videos, I try and jump in and watch those. Hey, great old ones, good to see you. By the way, that's the great old ones out there. That's the guy. That is why we have a free copy of Crom to give out tonight. I know you guys are watching. Maybe dress up like Guar, Robert Phillips. Oh, Robert Phillips, do you want on the list? I can honestly not remember if you said you did or not. That's by the way, the drawing list for tonight's drawing for a free copy of Crom. You had a divine wish working. Thank you, Dr. David Howard. But I mean, all I can do, guys, is just keep on keeping on. All right, I'll put you on the list. I think I've mentioned this before, but I'll tell you guys about a funny YouTube. Well, I mean, it was funny to kind of watch in hindsight, but it was really like it screwed people up. Thank you, Bob. I'll check it out. Um, but so there used to be a kind of high-end gaming computer company called Artisanal. Was it Artisanal Systems or something like that? Which is dumb because that refers very specifically to water, to like a spring. Which I guess there's worse things to call your computer company, but I don't know. They were partnered with everybody. They have partnerships with Corsair, partnerships with Intel, partnerships with EVGA. They have partnerships with a lot. I think Cooler Master partnered with them. Copy that, Bob. I saw your PM there. But they partnered with a lot of people. And they liked to cross promote with Twitch streamers. And I mean, the way they wanted you to do it is you'd go and while you Twitch streamed, you'd have their computer sitting up there and you'd mention their brand and you would send business their way. And from the outside looking in, because they had two labs, they had one on the west coast of the US and one on the east coast of the US building these high-end gaming PCs. Have I covered the politics of hell yet? No, I haven't. I've not covered the politics of hell. That's a Dragon magazine article, isn't it? So one night Artisanal were doing a live stream and the CEO was on the live stream while one of his techs was building a computer or computers off to the right. And he had a D20 and they had a list of people and their followers on on various social media. And so the guy rolls a D20 and somebody's name gets picked. And he says, he's like, you get lots of Lego videos. You've never watched one or searched for them. Yeah. So he rolls the dice, and here's where he fucked up. Dude rolls the dice and then says, he looks at the dice roll, looks at the name, calls the name out as the winner, and then goes, oh, wait, hold on. No. Billy Hollywood! He says, no. You only have 2,600 followers. No. That's no good. Guys, you got to have at least this many followers. Time for that re-roll. And he re-rolls a die. Good to see you, Billy. Billy, do you want in the drawing for a copy of Crom? We're drawing a copy of Crom at the top of the hour. We're going to spin a wheel. Do you want me to put your name in the wheel? So, all right, I'll put your name on the list. So he goes in and he rolls the dice for a different person. Here's the problem. That isn't legal. Per the Federal Trade Commission, you cannot declare someone winner of a contest and then arbitrarily change the rules and decide someone else is the winner. This immediately got him in hot water with the law. Now, simple fix. You eat it. You go to both people, a system for each of you. You apologize. You move on. As soon as that happened, it opened the floodgates of people who had partnered with him, of people who had worked for him, and as soon as he did that and people started looking at him, they start pulling sponsorships. Well, things start to fall in pretty quickly. Come to find out, he's not a great guy, according to a lot of people. And according to a lot of people, shady business practices. That's why I only give away like little stuff, Jack. So as soon as all this goes down, dude like goes down a rabbit hole. He sends out a non-apology on social media. He's still getting dragged. But the backlash shuts down his company. Like, it's gone. Here's the thing. His company was eggshell thin and on the verge of collapsing anyway. His burn through was right behind his profits, razor thin margins. And when that happened, there were a lot of people who had sent computers full of documents, projects, stuff that they wanted in for servicing because he had a service agreement. Company shutters. goes into receivership. Everything on the premises, including these people's machines, up on the auctioning block. Now, I found all this out through Gamers Nexus. The last thing I heard about this, and I'll have to go and do some research, Gamers Nexus was basically trying to move as quickly as they could to buy the physical assets of the company, namely the PCs, to get those back to people who were in dire need. So I don't know if they did it. I hope they were able to. But yeah, that was the last that was the last I heard of it. I told you that story to tell you this one. I won't ever do that to you guys. If I say, hey, I'm giving this whatever to John Smith, and I screw up, and it was supposed to go to Jane Doe instead, and I called out John Smith and said, John Smith, you got it. Congratulations, buddy. And Jane Doe's like, wait a second, that was supposed to go to me. Oh, that's good. But there was a real conflict. I'd make sure both people benefited from that. So RPG Grandma says she thinks the first psionic rules pop up in various modules. No, the first psionic rules are in Supplement 3, Eldritch Wizardry. I don't think they were published adventure. Well, where's the Mind Flayer? No, the Mind Flayer is in Supplement 1, Greyhawk. I guess technically. Yeah. Jeremy Hamburger, the quarter poundering. Yeah, just my opinion here, just my 2 cents. I hope this doesn't lose me any viewers, but that guy kind of curled up his own backside. Just my opinion. But yay for meta PCs. It is impossible to get. So this came up. This pissed me off a lot. The AI data centers that were buying up flash storage. Mind Flayers in the strategic review. Okay, thank you, RPG Grandma. But yeah, so flash memory, it's all going to data centers, AI data centers, RAMs all going to AI data centers. They want storage so bad that they just pivoted, and all the people who are like, yeah, but I can get like a 7200 RPM 4 gig SATA hard drive for like pennies. No. All of Seagate stock, it's either all of Seagate or all of Western Digital. All of their stock has been bought. AI industry just turned around and hoovered up all the hard drives. So now hard drives are becoming unobtainium. It started out with RAM, and then it was all RAM, and then it was all flash storage, and now it's spinning disks. So but that is correct, RPG Grandma. Well, actually, also Dragon Magazine 22. I believe it's in Dragon Magazine 22. So it's Strategic Review, Mind Flayer and Greyhawk, Eldritch Wizardry, The Dragon number 22, and then the Dungeon Master's Guide officially. Right, Jack. We were just talking about before full official publication, before AD&D. Jeremy hasn't been a drunk for a while. Quite an accomplishment for Wisconsin. Okay. And I believe you have that guy documented in the Librum, don't you, Jack? I haven't looked at my Librum in a long time. Or was it the Librum of Gameful Conjurations? By the way, I took a picture of this and shared it. I think I need to do this again. I think I need to zing people again. I took a picture of this Book of Exalted NPCs. Thank you. And I went on Twitter and I put the picture up and I said, I made sure that the bookmark was curled back, and I just said, man, how long has it been since I picked this one up? How long has it been? What an absolutely amazing book for AD&D. And I refused to respond to anyone. People were like, what is that? I don't remember that book. Was that for 2E? Just on and on and on. People were going bonkers. One person finally zoomed in and saw that the price sticker was 0. And they're like, yeah, nice price too. But yes, I did kind of troll people a little bit with that. Do I have a favorite Dragon magazine issue or article? That's a good question. No, I can't think of a particular one. I really can't think of any one that stands out. Maybe anything Tom Lamb, any of his board games, Snit Smashers, or Snit's Revenge. Do I own a copy of Rogues Galleries? Jay Tyler, yes, I do. Jay Tyler, do you want to be on the list for a chance to win a copy of Crom, the Character Record Organization Manager for First Edition AD&D? We need to talk, by the way, Jack, soon, very, very, very soon, about something. But yes, Jay Tyler, I do own a copy of the Rogues Gallery, and I will point something out. This is something that Gary was very particular about, and so was Rob. the Robilar in the Rogues Gallery and all of Gary's character presented in the Rogues Gallery were not their characters. They were their characters in name only, and some guesses on what their magic items were made on memories of Gary's play. Brian Bloom wrote the Rogues Gallery, and he did not have Gary's character sheet for Mordenkainen, for Bigby, for Rigby, for any of his characters. I don't know about the others, but I do know those are not their actual characters. Rob said, I'll never show I'll never show Robilar. Or maybe he said the closest thing to a proper Robilar was in Mordenkainen's Fantastic Adventure, and Gary said the Mordenkainen presented in Mordenkainen's Fantastic Adventure is his character. So you're quite welcome, Jay. You're quite welcome. 50 of you guys watching. That is just swell. 38 of you over on Twitter, and or I'm sorry, 38 of you over on YouTube, and 12 of you over on Twitter/X. If you are watching over on Twitter/X, and you know what, I could probably do worse than to go over there real quick and make sure. Let's see. I've got a message here from my co-host. Let's see. Let's go over to X if it will let me on X. Because I don't want to get a key. Oh, that's right. I can't log into X on this machine. Yes, Grimtooth's Traps. I believe this is this is an actual store-bought copy of the Ultimate Grimtooth's Traps collection from Goodman Games. That's all the Grimtooth's books in one set. Traps 2, Traps 4, Traps 8. All right, you guys, give me just a minute here. Give me just a hot second. Open up comments. All right. I just had to check. Oh yeah, they're great fun to read. I mean, it's Mad Magazine, Dungeons and Dragons level stuff. There are a couple in there that I would use. My particular favorite is the Amazing Ginsu Shoot. Oh, hang on. Sorry about that. The audio output on X was still set to on. I was like, wait a minute, what am I hearing that from? But yeah, the amazing Ginsu chute. It is a frictionless tube. It's about person diameter. It slides down about 100 feet and then branches to the left and to the right, exactly half. It's exactly split. At the division is a razor sharp blade. Shunk. I love the amazing Ginsu chute. The one with St. Cuthbert around 68. Yeah, I mean, jump ahead. Surefire way to kill a party not paying attention? Absolutely. So if you guys don't watch our first edition AD&D live streams on Tuesday night, bad stuff is going down right now. Most of the party has been slowed on the salt slide in A3, Assault on the Area of the Slave Lords. If you know, you know. They didn't fall down the pit. They willingly climbed in the pit and then started to stumble and fall. Thank you, Lord Misfit. Lord Misfit, do you want on the list, if I don't have you on the, I don't think I have you on the list, to for a chance to win a copy of Crom? Let me know. Very cool. I have that. I have the 5e. All right, I'll add you to it, Lord Misfit. I'm not sure how many people this is versus how many people are watching, but let's see. There we go. Let's see. By the way, guys, if you haven't already, would you please click the like button? I feel most of you have. I mentioned Robilar, Rob Kuntz's character earlier. Just in case you didn't know, Rob soloed the Temple of Elemental Evil. Yes, he did. Rob soloed the Temple of Elemental Evil. His tactic was hiding, like just finding unoccupied rooms to camp out in and doing things that would set factions of the temple against each other. I got to get Paul Stormberg back on the show one night and have him explain the deep Greyhawk connections between Temple of Elemental Evil and the GDQ series. Thoughts on the band Gygax? They're honestly on regular rotation in your D&D prep playlist. Good luck, Jay Tyler. They're okay. I mean, let me tell you, I saw something. Let me find this again. I saw this the other night, and I honestly wish I wouldn't get schwacked by YouTube for showing you this, because this would be a great like react thing. I know you guys don't like reacts, but this would be a good, hey, I'm just gonna break with tradition and do a react video. And it was, I'm trying to get to it. If you haven't seen this yet, I do recommend checking it out. It was come on. I'll be there in a minute. Almost to it. Kula Shaker, Worm Slayer. Guys, Worm Slayer is absolute. I mean, it just literally, you guys got to check out that video. It's Kula Shaker is the band. They've apparently been around for like 20 years. And it's like just what's the genre? I'm trying to think. Power metal. They're playing a D&D game. Kids go into a hobby shop. There's an original D&D promo poster hanging in the window of the place. So definitely check it out. Thank you, Jay Tyler. Did Rob actually free Zugmantoy? I believe he did, but we'd have to ask Rob. We'd have to ask Rob, and I've reached out to Rob a couple of times. I have not heard back from Rob recently. We had Rob on in December. I have not seen him anywhere on social media. I haven't seen him make a post on Facebook through anyone. I know his brother Theron is on there. Nobody else has said it. I shot him an email. I don't know. I hope he's okay. Well, I really appreciate you guys who say you like the shorts. I'm going to be doing shorts. Shorts are going to be a little different tomorrow. I'm going to mix things up a little bit. And I'm going to be honest, part of the reason I'm going to mix things up a little bit is because, well, if I'm being completely honest with you guys, I've burned through so much TSR and D&D trivia. And I don't have time to stop and pull apart more D&D history to get stuff. I guess 100 or so shorts that you guys have seen so far are largely just off the dome. Yeah, I don't know, Rim Dog. I don't know. So that's all the stuff that I could just think of off the top of my head to mention. Yeah, it's been almost a month now. It's been almost a month. And I just hope it's because he was in crunch time with MicroProse. I mean, they haven't come out and posted on social media and said, that anything had happened to Rob. Here's the thing. Here's the weird thing with the verticals from the interviews. Those initially hit pretty good, but they've really just kind of tapered way off. So I'm pivoting. I'm still staying in D&D land. Don't get me wrong, guys. I'm just going to pivot a little bit. So just be ready for a pivot. It's not going to be terrible. But yeah, we'll just hope he's staying busy. All right, guys, it is almost the top of the hour. It is almost the top of the hour, and we are about to have a drawing. So everyone get your pencils out. And Windows Explorer almost spazzed out on me there. Okay. All right, here we go. Can I, let's see. You know what? We're just gonna here. We'll close that. I think that's what I wanted to do. So here we go, guys. Here we go. We are getting red eye to spin. We're getting red eye to spin. You know, I wonder, let me see something here. It could probably be better if I went over here. Where is it? Sure, there we go. So we're going to add, we're going to stop that screen. We're going to add, we're going to share screen, window, there, share. There we go. I think that one's a little bit better. All right, here we go, guys. This is for all the money. Here we go. We're going to spin this, and the winner is going to get a free copy of Crom. All right, so here we go. 1, 2, 3, and we spin. And the winner is Remdog 1138 or 1138. Remdog 1138. You have won a copy of Crom, a free copy of the Character Record Organization Manager. That's right. Congratulations, my friend. Please, if you would, drop me your email address. Just email me, bsylvie@gmail.com. It's right down there. And you will receive the download link for it, my friend. So go ahead and pop me that information, and I will get you a copy. Congratulations to Remdog. And we thank, from the bottom of our hearts, we thank Great Old Ones Channel Gaming for donating tonight's copy of Crom. We really appreciate that. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you for hanging out this evening. I've got a little bit more tweaking to put on to Crom. And if you've already bought it, it will go out tomorrow to all purchasers. If you haven't bought it already yet, guys, $25 for a copy of Crom, and you will have the ultimate character creation software. But until then, everybody, please take care of yourselves. I will talk to you all tomorrow, when we are going to have Greg Gillespie, creator of the Dragon Slayer role-playing game. Greg Gillespie is going to be here on the show. We're going to talk to him about Dragon Slayer and anything else he wants to. Friday night, we're going to be playing the Blade Runner RPG. And then Saturday, of course, we are back to the Nerd Council of Doom. That is myself. That is Dungeon Minister and Yang and Zhao. And I'm very much looking forward to it. Thank you all for tuning in tonight. Thank you again to Great Old Ones for the donation. And you know what is not included, unfortunately, in the copy of Crumb? Character stats for owl bears. I'm a monster. What can I tell you? Peace. Good night. Love you all.
Have you seen my owl bear? Here's to all the weirdos everywhere in the woods and in the air. Have you seen my owl bear? Should I shave off all my hair? Bobs are all around. Some live in tunnels underground. Some are fat, some are rich, some are sleeping in a ditch. Can you ride a crooked horse without a saddle way off course? Naked as a toad all the way to Smoky Joe's. Have you seen the little creep driving fast in his little green Jeep? He smells like fish and brandy, but his rotten teeth look dandy. Take me to the show, I don't care if fast or slow. From action flicks to dancing dicks, just take me to the show.